I have ranked it on 8th spot because not many people eat mutton. And also it's a little higher on the expensive side, like 1,000 rupees for a kg. Like that's crazy. That's definitely super, super expensive. Alright, what's up you guys, you're watching Zealocity, and in today's video, we're going to be ranking the protein sources from best to worst. This ranking will be done based on 3 following factors. Number 1, the protein quantity to the caloric ratio. The second will be essential amino acid quantity, matlab jo amino acids hote, the building blocks of protein, that will also be considered the essential ones, which our body cannot synthesize on its own. And number 3 is the cost. How much money are you going to spend for that amount of protein? And let's not waste time and get into the first thing. The best protein source that you can get your hands on is chicken. Chicken breast or chicken thigh or whatever you choose. Obviously the thigh and breast have a little more calories and a little more fat. But if you choose chicken breast, it is actually, one, it's not very expensive. Number 2, it's very versatile. It's very easily available. You can make it in so many forms. And number 3, essential amino acid quantity is so up to the mark. The protein quantity in 100 grams of chicken breast would be somewhere around 22 to 25 grams. And you get only 130 calories in 100 grams of chicken breast. So lean protein, very less calories, and also offers a lot of satiety. Like chicken, if you have 100 200 grams of chicken breast, it gives you so much of satiety, and it keeps you full for so long. And obviously it can be cooked in so many different forms, so it definitely has to be the number 1 spot. The number 2 spot is taken by soya chunks or tofu. Now, although the essential amino acid quantity is not up to the mark as in other sources in this list, the number 3 and 4 and 5 that we have in the list, obviously the essential amino acid, especially methionine, might be a little bit lesser in soya. But hey, we are talking about the cost here. And when you talk about cost, soya chunks has to be one of the cheapest, actually the cheapest source of protein that you can consume. So 100 grams of soya chunks consists of almost 52 grams of protein and about 350 calories, give or take. Now, having 100 grams of soya chunks in one meal is actually a little hard because I can eat, so I'll give you my example. I can eat 300 grams or 500 grams of chicken in one serving, but I cannot have 100 grams of soya chunks in one meal. Number 1 is the taste. The taste of soya chunks is not really as good as chicken or paneer or other sources. That's why soya chunks might be a little harder to eat, more than 40-50 grams. I cannot eat it. I don't know about others, but hey, this is what I've seen with my clients as well. 30-40 grams of soya chunks in one portion is like too much. You can't have more than that. But still, that still gives you around 150-160 calories and around 25-30 grams of protein. So that's still a good quantity to have. Considering all of these things, soya chunks has to be on number 2 because of how cheap and how effective it is as a protein source. Tofu, on the other hand, 100 grams of tofu gives you around 17 to 20 grams of protein and somewhere around 130-140 calories, which again is a great source of protein. But hey, taste, I don't like it. A lot of my clients also do not like tofu and soya chunks, and that's why that's the main reason why it could be a little lower on the ranks, but still I would rank it number 2. Number 3, whole eggs. Now, whole eggs have to be, if you ask me, they rank even above chicken when you consider the vitamins and minerals. And also the fact that it is so goddamn cheap. Whole eggs are like, one whole egg costs hardly like 5 to 7 rupees. And if you get it in bulk, you hardly get it for like 4 rupees per egg. And what could you ask for more than, like, आपको 5 रुपए में इससे ज़्यादा क्या चाहिए? Like, you get 6.5 grams of protein per whole egg. With the yolk, obviously I'm talking about with the yolk. Without the yolk, you don't get as much protein. One egg white consists only of 3.5 grams of protein. With the yolk, it comes to around 6.5 grams of protein and about 80 calories in one whole egg. An egg is so freaking versatile. Omelette bana lo, bhurji bana lo, scrambled eggs kar lo, French toast bana lo, pancakes bana lo. So many different things that you can do with eggs. And I'm sure that a lot of vegetarians also have eggs. That's why this is on the number 3 spot. In fact, it could be on the number 1 as well. And might as well be on number 1 if you are a vegetarian who eats eggs. So, considering the vitamins and minerals, the vitamin A, D, E, K, B complex, iron, everything is there. Protein is there. Healthy fats are there. Satiety is there. So, what else do you need in just 5 rupees? 5 rupees ki कीमत तुम क्या जानो? Number 4 on the list, we have lean fish. You talk about salmon, sardines, or even rohu, katla. If you have it skinless, then it does not give you too much of calories. Healthy fats are there, specifically omega-3 fatty acids, which are really healthy for your overall heart health, overall brain health, your overall health in specific, and your joint health as well. Omega-3 helps you with that. So omega-3 has to be one of the considering factors, especially the fact that vegetarians do not consume a lot of omega-3 sources. जो हमारे पास sources है भी, जैसे flax seeds या walnuts, not many people are having it in abundant quantities, right? So that's one thing which is another thing which is lacking. So if you are a vegetarian, you should consider an omega-3 supplement, or if you eat non-veg food, then you should definitely consume fish as much as possible, at least once or twice a week. If you want to maximize your health and optimize your health, it is a great thing. 100 grams of any fish usually contains about 20 to 25 grams of protein depending on the cut. And the calories somewhere around 140 to 180 to 200, 250 as well, depending on how much of the fat content is there in the fish. But still, most fish have great amount of omega-3 fatty acids, which are great and super healthy as well. Now the next, if we talk about supplements, then a plant protein or whey protein. Now the only reason why I'm putting it on the 5th spot and not higher ranks is because of the expensiveness. Is that a word? It's because of the cost effectiveness. It's a little bit on the expensive side, and that's why it's on the lower ranks. But still, if you talk about the protein quality, it's lean protein, right? So one scoop of protein, even if you take a plant protein or a good quality whey protein, gives you around 25 grams of protein. In a scoop of 30 to 35 grams, you get around 25 grams of protein, and you get about 130 calories or 140 calories in that. It's a very lean source, just like chicken. But if you do not eat chicken, then whey protein or plant protein have to be in your diet in order to fulfill your protein intake, if you do not find it easy to include other sources. But hey, guess what? If you don't want to take supplements, then you have so many other things in the list which are coming next. I have made a video on the best whey proteins in India. You can check it out. Next, we have prawns, squid, or other seafood. Most of these seafood also contain a good amount of omega-3, and they are definitely healthy to include in our daily routine. Why are they after fish and after other things? Because not many people eat it. That's the reason why I've ranked it a little lesser. Also, the cost may be a problem for a lot of people because it's slightly on the higher side. But still, when you talk about lean quality and good quality protein, you get almost 20 to 24 grams of protein in 100 grams of squid or prawns or any seafood, or even crab or lobster for that matter. You get 20 to 24 grams of protein, good quality protein. Essential amino acids are up to the mark, and also not very calorie dense. So it is a good source. You can definitely include it. But again, the taste and the smell and the expensive side, that might be a problem for a lot of people. Next, on number 7, we have cheese or paneer. Now, these two sources are very similar in terms of the protein and the macros and the fat, calories and everything. Very similar. If you talk about cheese or paneer, 100 grams of that will give you somewhere around 15 to 20 grams of protein depending on different brands. And you get about 350 calories in 100 grams of cheese or paneer. Cheese is so versatile, and it goes really well with omelets. It goes really well in curries. Like, you can just make pasta with that. You can make cheese and sauteed veggies. You can make so many things with cheese. And again, paneer, it's a great source. So cheese and paneer, if you are a vegetarian, they really have to be in your regular routine. They really do. And I'm sure a lot of people can definitely agree that cheese is super tasty. So you can definitely include that in your routine, and you must actually. Number 8 on the list, we have mutton or red meat. Now, I have ranked it on the 8th spot. Way less than chicken. Although chicken is number 1, it still lacks a lot of vitamins and minerals that mutton has. Mutton has a lot of vitamin B12, vitamin B complex, iron, abundant quantities. Like, I'm talking about more iron than you get in spinach or green leafy vegetables. So when you talk about iron and B complex and vitamins A and everything are abundant in green leafy vegetables, you get even more protein and even more vitamins and minerals in mutton or meat. Well, I have ranked it on 8th spot because not many people eat mutton. And also, it's a little higher on the expensive side, like 1,000 rupees for a kg. Like, that's crazy. That's definitely super, super expensive, to include in your daily routine. And that's why I've ranked it on the 8th spot, not the 1st spot. And chicken has taken that spot because of its cost effectiveness. And that's one thing. But 100 grams of mutton or meat gives you somewhere around 22 to 25 grams of protein. Same like chicken, not very different in that aspect. But the calories might be a little on the higher side due to the fat intake. Obviously, if you choose lean mutton, then you get about 150 calories per 100 grams. But if you choose fatty cuts of the mutton, then you will get about 300 calories per 100 grams and a little lesser protein as well if you take the fatty cuts. So that's one difference that comes along in terms of what cut of the meat you choose. But hey, it's on the 8th spot, but it could definitely be higher if the cost would not have been a problem. Number 9, we have curd or milk. Now, these two sources, although the protein to calorie ratio is not very good, that's why it's a little lower, but still the quality of protein, especially when you talk about curd, you get so much of calcium, you get so much of probiotics. What else do you need? Curd, really good for your digestion, really rich in protein, really good to have with a lot of meals. It goes really well. Just with pulao, you can have raita. So curd ke sath raita bana lo. Curd, you can just add in curries. Curd, you can just have like that. Curd, you can have in so many different ways. And curd really must be in your diet, or milk. Not very different there. Just that curd is easier to digest. Milk is not as easy to digest. But still, if you do well with both, then you can include both. But if you just do well with curd and not milk, then you can definitely include curd. Considering the probiotics, definitely curd has to be in your routine. 200 grams of curd or 200 ml of milk will give you somewhere around 6 to 7 grams of protein and good quality protein, good amount of calcium and good amount of probiotics in the curd. So definitely it has to be in your diet. Number 10 spot is taken by chickpeas, rajma or moong. I've clubbed these in just one section because inka protein quantity, the essential amino acids, everything is pretty much similar. That's the reason why I've paired it up in just one group, so one subsection, one group or one section, and I'll just name it lentils, beans and peas in one category. So it includes chickpeas, rajma, lobia, jo bhi chane, jo bhi moong, everything pretty much close in the protein quantity. So usually a serving size, it's going to be around 40 grams of one serving size, and includes, when you cook it, obviously 40 grams, talking about 40 grams raw, which can be cooked later. So one serve of 40 grams raw chickpeas or beans or lentils gives you somewhere around 9 to 10 grams of protein. And the fiber intake is also really, really helpful. The fiber also adds up, and it's not very high calorie, somewhere around 130 calories per 40 grams, which is not very high calorie, but still the problem is the limiting essential amino acids, especially methionine and leucine can be lacking. Especially methionine and leucine can be lacking in these beans, and digestion can also be an issue. That's the reason why I've ranked it so less, because of the digestibility, the protein quality, essential amino acids. So many things are lacking. So many things are unfavorable, because a lot of people can do good with eggs and meat and chicken and paneer and curd, but not with rajma and chickpeas and chane. So that's one thing that has to be considered in terms of digestion, and that's why it's not as high on the ranks. But still, if you are a vegan, then definitely it has to be in your diet, because you have no other sources of protein. And it's definitely good to include. I do include moong dal and I love it. So you must definitely include a variety of all these different sources as I mentioned. And I hope this video was helpful for you. And if it was, you know what to do. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, family members and your WhatsApp groups, because I would be really grateful if you can share this video with as many people as you can. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notified whenever I post videos, you can also tap the bell icon and you will get notified whenever I post more informative videos like this. And this is my Instagram. You can head over to my Instagram and check out what I do in my daily lifestyle, or you can also DM me on Instagram or write to my email. The email is in the description below, zealocityfit@gmail.com, for my consultations and nutrition programs. I would love to help you out, and we help you with managing the right amount of protein, the right amount of macros for your body type, for your activity levels. And we do the planning for you, the calorie planning, the macro planning, the protein planning, everything. And we give you a sustainable and an easy to follow diet plan, which you can definitely get kick-ass results from if you give your 100% efforts. So I would love to help you out. Do contact me on my email or the Instagram. And that's it for this video. I will definitely see you in the next video. You can write your comments in the comment box below, and I will definitely see your suggestions, whatever suggestions you may have for my future videos. And I'll see you in the next